GarageBand iOS is a free app that's great for guitar and bass direct recording and amp simulation on iPhone and iPad. In this video, we'll be covering how to use the amp simulation and effects tools in GarageBand iOS by connecting our guitar to our device with an adapter. Before continuing with this video, make sure to check out all our previous GarageBand iOS videos so you're all caught up. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified about all our new videos to keep learning about GarageBand iOS and home recording. One of the best features of GarageBand iOS is the ability to use guitar amp simulation with direct guitar recordings. To start with a guitar amp simulation track, go to the track selector and select amp. We have options for clean, distorted, and bass. Don't worry about this too much for now, as you can switch the amp settings later on. Let's just start with a clean amp. Bringing this up, I get the English combo amp as a default. This amp has settings for gain, equalization, reverb, tremolo, and master and output levels. In the top left, we can switch between guitar and bass. If we switch to bass, we get the modern bass amp, which features gain, EQ, compressor, and output levels. Moving towards the top right of the screen, we do get a pitchfork button that can be used as the guitar tuner with either the iPhone or iPad microphone input or a directly connected instrument. If we're using an instrument connected via an audio interface or other device, we can press the little input button in the top left to adjust our input settings. This was covered in our previous video where we looked at connecting external devices. Just make sure you're using the correct input from your device so it works properly. To access more amplifier sounds, press the triangle drop-down in the top left of the screen. Then click on the guitar amp. If we're under bass, we'll have options for clean and distorted bass sounds. Each of these will have different amplifiers with different settings that we can adjust individually. To access the guitar settings, we would have to switch back to the guitar indicator in the top left, then use the triangle drop-down to select a different guitar amp. We have options for clean, crunchy, distorted, and processed guitar sounds. In addition to the amp simulation, we also have different effects pedals that can be used. To access the effects pedals, press the guitar pedal button in the top right of the screen. This will switch us to the guitar effects view. We can see what the default here is, and we have two effects on the screen. Each of these will have knobs and potentially some switches, and we can use them to control their individual settings. They'll also have a foot switch, which is used to turn the effect on and off. To the right, we can see this empty slot where we can add an additional effect. With GarageBand iOS, we can add up to 4 guitar effects pedals per track. The GarageBand iOS app comes with the Phase Tripper, Vintage Drive, High Drive Treble Boost, Buzz Machine, Heavenly Chorus, Robo Flanger, The Vibe, Autofunk, Blue Echo, Squash Compressor, and Wah Pedal. Once we're done using the effects, we can press the amp button in the top right corner of the screen to get back to the amp view. Once you're ready to record our guitar track, all we have to do is start the project at the beginning like we've done previously with the back button, then press the record button to start playing. When we're finished, we can press the stop button to stop recording. Then we can switch back to the track view to see our guitar recording on the track. From this track, we can again slide the ends of the clip toward the center to trim the clip. We can also go back to the amp view afterwards and change all the amp settings, including the type of amp that we're using, as well as the knob controls and the effects that are applied. We just have a basic default clean direct signal that can be recorded, and then we can go back and infinitely customize the amp tone as much as we need to later. Thanks for checking out this video on guitar recording and amp simulation in GarageBand iOS. If this video helped you out, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. You can also check the video description for links to products featured in this video and social media accounts to stay up to date on all our new content.